Hi, welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, knot tutorials, and more. It's that time of year again when some of next season's silk scarves are cropping up here and there on the Hermès global websites. In this video, I'll cover more of the Fall-Winter 2023 scarf designs I've seen and discuss what we know of them so far. Let's get started. This one is called En Studio by relative newcomer to the house, Carine Brancowitz, with her first scarf being Carré Rendez-vous chez Hermès, a 70-centimeter silk wool scarf from the Fall-Winter 2021 season. Her tool of choice is a ballpoint pen, which she often combines with what she describes as, quote, an obsessive attention to detail, the uncluttered elegance of lines, the severity of the compositions, end quote. Taking doodles to the next level, she has become known for a distinct and slightly surreal hand-drawn style that swings between captivating details and intricate patterns. This particular design gives us an insider's view of a musician's studio. Atop the keyboard, we see a jumble of objects, including a tambourine, metronome, mic and headphones, flowers, and more. It's one of those designs with potentially some very different looks just based on how you fold it. Anyways, this one I've seen in at least 4 colorways so far, all with contrast hems. This design isn't attributed to any artist that I can see, but thematically, it's something that Hermès has drawn upon time and again in 2 key ways. First, obviously the equestrian aspect with the saddles, belts, harnesses, and horse tack in general, and secondly, with the play on shapes to spell out the word Hermès. I imagine if we could peek, we'd probably find pieces that inspired these items conserved in the Mille Hermès collection. As you've probably guessed, its title translates to equestrian letters. This could be taken at surface value as simply using the horse tack to make letters, but it also made me think of dressage letters. Dressage is a form of horse riding involving execution of precise movements by a trained horse in response to barely perceptible signals from its rider. And dressage letters are used in arenas to help riders follow the correct path and clarify where movement should be performed. Whatever the case, I've seen this now in at least 5 colorways, all with contrast hems. If you follow this artist on Instagram, you may have seen him hint at the design with a post about an Hermès window display showcasing rabbits drawn in this same illustrative style. I believe this may be his first scarf with the house, although he's been working with Hermès since at least 2015 with their Petite H Atelier. And in fact, this design, 1001 Rabbits, recalls his initial 2015 Petite H exhibit at the Nakanoshima Museum of Art in Osaka, Japan. Pardon any mispronunciations there. Indeed, the rabbit is somewhat of an emblem for Kawahara, figuring in much of his artwork. Although I haven't yet seen a backstory on this design, we can imagine this kaleidoscopic new world with rabbits in charge. Each corner shows a rabbit on horseback with several others hanging on for the ride. One rabbit is even in a tug of war with a horse over a carrot. This one is available in at least 5 colorways, all of which have contrast hems, as well as in a twilly this season. Florence Manlik is another one of what I'd call the house's newer generation of long-term artisans. Having first started working with Hermès in 2009, she's not only designed scarves, but also contributed to various departments within the fashion house, including women's ready-to-wear, leather, and home goods. Some of her scarf designs include coup de fouet, the trésor de Médor, robe de soie, and more. Throughout her career, Florence has remained committed to her craft, with her artistic philosophy rooted in the belief that, quote, the solution is always in the drawing, end quote. In many ways, her designs often embody the classic Hermès equestrian spirit, focusing on horse tack, saddles, or the horses themselves. This one is inspired by a dressage competition and laid out in a highly symmetrical fashion, much like a French formal garden. This is a design that I've seen in at least 4 colorways so far. Born in Senegal, this artist moved to Paris when he was 18 and is reportedly inspired by cityscapes more so than the architectural urban landscape. The scarf is named Pantin City, which is located in the northeast of Paris, just beyond its traditional boundaries. Not quite suburb, it's an area that was dotted with rundown housing projects and abandoned factories that Parisians referred to as La Zone. But in recent years, it's undergone somewhat of a renaissance, some now referring to it as Paris's Brooklyn, and Pantin is considered not only a new cultural mecca, but a major hub for luxury and fashion. Hermès, in fact, has an atelier in Pantin as well. Characterized by an almost obsessive attention to detail throughout his body of work, this artist imagines a future cosmopolis able to house and feed the world's growing population. So far, I've seen Pantin City in at least 3 colorways. We'll see what else comes available. Where Renaissance meets surrealism is how this design is summarized on Hermès.com. Inspired by an equestrian lithography series from the Macherie de Nancy, conserved in the Émile Hermès collection, this keeps only the mount from the original engraving, and Pagni, in his characteristic style, uses geometric-shaped stamps to represent riders' silhouettes in Cubist style. Their surrounding palm leaves are taken from a 16th century bestiary. Popularized during the Middle Ages, bestiaries were basically moralized fables about actual or mythical animals. As for Cubism, that was a revolutionary new approach to representing reality, originating around 1907 or 8 by artists such as Pablo Picasso and Georges Braque. They brought together different views of subjects, usually objects or figures, together in the same picture, resulting in paintings that appear fragmented and abstracted. This design I've seen so far in 3 colorways. No contrast rolled hems on this one, but it uses a contrasting border color for some added pop around the edges. So there you have it. More of the Fall-Winter 2023 scarves from Hermès that are starting to appear online. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, tutorials, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time!